Hey, I'm Jason.
Hey, Tony.
Tony.
I didn't know
Let's
I'd
get
be
you.
speaking right now. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know they're going to be speaking on our live stream, and that's just one of the benefits of coming to Tech Alley is it's always a surprise. So, tell us, is this your first Tech Alley?
The first Tech Alley I've contributed in or like kind of
Okay.
interacted with, other than just being a wallflower staring from the
Okay.
outside.
You were one of
yeah.
our speakers today.
No, oh no, just actually interacting and networking with people.
Okay,
and
cool.
sitting down here with you today, obviously.
Well, I love it. We're glad you're here. So tell us what you're all about. What are you into?
I create augmented reality.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So mostly for brand experiences, mostly on social platforms. It's going to be getting a little tougher coming up because Meta is taking away their AR platform, Spark AR. So that's been really tough on creators. But thankfully, there's other platforms coming online and other players in the game. So,
What's your favorite platform you like working on?
I'm going to have to go with Snapchat
Okay.
and Lens Studio.
Snap. I only know a little bit about the AR space. I understand Snap has really been a pioneer in that, and they've made it really easy for developers as well.
Absolutely. I would say out of all the tools, all the capabilities, they are the furthest along in the game. They're just not furthest along when it comes to the marketing and ad dollars. We have a lot of brands wanting to build on the biggest networks, so like Facebook and whatever Meta's building, Instagram, of course. But if people really understood what the capabilities could be done with Snap, I think we'd have more of an audience over there.
Yeah, my understanding their tech stack is a little further along than everybody else's.
Absolutely. I actually brought something a little advanced with me today.
Yeah, let's take a look. If you've got something to show us, let's bounce it out there.
Yeah. So these are spectacles. This is actually the fourth. I think it's the fourth iteration of them. And these are one of the first AR sunglasses out on the market.
And who makes these?
These are made exclusively by Snap.
Okay, these are Snap specs or Snap glasses, whatever they're called. Yeah.
Snap specs. Yep. So versus the giant headset that you put on right now, these fit on pretty easy. They're a little heavy in the back, but that's because all the processing is done within the arms.
Yep. Yeah. I have a whatever was the Meta headset a couple of years ago. You know, the Quest, right? The Quest. Right. I have one of those, and I'm a big guy. I've got some strength, but even that, after about 45 minutes, I get a little tired of wearing that thing. So this looks like it's a world of improvement over that.
Yeah, I think their first commercial that Snap had to introduce these was somebody walking around, seeing the world through their own eyes versus people bumping around with headsets.
Yeah.
And really, I think in the next, 2 to 5 years, this is going to be the next big wearable. We had phones, we have watches. Now it's going to be the sunglasses.
So what are, I don't know if you can say, what are some of the brands you work with, or what are some of the types of projects you do?
So absolutely, yeah. Most of the brands that I work with currently are just trying to sell their products using augmented reality, right? So it's more like world experiences. So you think about a brand like Native Deodorant is a good name drop, I guess, to put on here. I use them myself. I started using them more once we were working on a project. But basically, they're introducing their new line of sprayable deodorants. So in that particular instance, you would open your phone, and open the experience to like a world of clouds and little flying cans of deodorant. So, just that whole experience there kind of puts the brand more in the user's mind. And of course, they're more likely to associate with it later on.
Okay, very cool. Are you working any kinds of projects are you working anything like we're here in Las Vegas, you'd be walking around and get that AR experience while you're walking around experiencing Las Vegas?
So this is definitely where these come in because we can walk around and kind of have mobile AR in real time. One thing that my first project that we're actually building with these is an ASL learning device. So the ability to have your digital avatar reflected back to you in a mirror-like version that you can see through your glasses, and you holding up signs and it translating for you whether you're correct or incorrect or how to learn the signs further.
Okay, very cool, very cool, yeah. So how did you come to be involved in the AR space?
Man, I read a news article. That was it. Snapchat was buying a company called Cinemagine back in 2016, and the article said that it would basically be able to put a Starbucks logo on a coffee mug. And as somebody with a marketing mind, I was instantly hooked in that technology and what it could do for a business that I would operate and run. And we started something in 2018, and we've been building ever since for the last 6 or 7 years now.
Now, what's your background? Are you a marketer? Are you a coder? Are you an artist? How did you? What got you? What was before the step into AR?
The spark, yeah. Really, I just like technology. I've always been tech savvy, so I went to school originally for programming and interactive media. Then I got out, started doing website banners, like super boring, right? But
super boring now.
Super boring now.
That was the future in the 1990s.
I was still sitting there at that computer, just stuck in a 10 by 80 by 640 pixel space, you know. But you know, moving forward, I actually found more passion in drones and flying because I always had kind of wanted to be a pilot growing up. So started working for a startup company, Fly For Me. Drones was the big thing for me, and then that kind of petered off as other bigger players took the market. And then I read about AR, and that was the real hook that got me going. You know, AI is the big talk right now. But combining the two, that's a whole other world.
Yeah, I think we're much like we saw with Web 3.0 Metaverse a couple of years ago, and then when ChatGPT 3 came out and it was available to all of us, we all got distracted by the shiny object. And now, as much as working with AI is a big part of my life right now, and the way I speed up the way I do things. The excitement's kind of faded, and so there's gonna be room for something else. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you thought about combining the passion for drones and the AR?
You know, that is kind of too many layers for me at the moment. And then I also try and think about it from active usable applications, right? So using drones with AR, really that augmented reality experience is going to become into the video, happen in the post-processing versus in real time in the moment. Yeah. So I haven't really combined those two yet, but I'd be very interested.
I mean, that's what I see going, because I have a pilot's license. I've been flying for most of my life, and you know, I haven't gotten into the drone thing, but I can imagine I'd love to be looking through the glasses, looking through the camera on the drone, and have my instrument displays up on the glasses and not be looking down at a controller.
Like a more technical display to kind of read like barometer, altitude.
Yeah, I mean, you know, depending on the kind of, you know, the more sophisticated your drone, the more you need flight instruments. But you know, I'd at least like to know how fast am I going. Like, can I have a little map in the corner? You know, kind of like a video game, right?
Yeah.
Like video games have promised us this world where we look at things and we look through a camera and there's all these, you know, like a heads-up display like a fighter aircraft has, right? You know, that's what I'd love with my drone, and then be able to customize that. Like, you know, if I'm in a drone, do I need my airspeed? Probably not. I probably do want to know how far above ground level I am. Even if I don't have my barometric altitude, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How far is it to that mountain or telephone pole that's in front of me? I'd like to know that. So,
I like more the aerial tricks and how fast can I push it before going straight up.
And that's where airspeed would be helpful, right? Because even in a quadcopter drone, you get enough angle of attack, you can stall that thing out and it'll pitch forward on
you. Down. Yeah, make some real fun video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun, and I'm looking forward to continually building on these applications, and you know, even taking something like the Sphere, right? It's the big thing everyone's talking about now. Like, how can we start recreating some of these large installations in AR that we can see when we're walking down the street?
I can't wait to see it. Are you local here to Las Vegas?
I am.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right off Rainbow and Tropicana.
Okay, and that's where people can come see you, come find you, and if they want to work on a project with you, how can they get a hold of you?
It'll be at wildportals.com. That's our AR agency.
Okay.
And it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything else you want to leave us with before we let you go and get to the next round of talks?
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. I love it. Tony, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.